Hey peeps, how's it going? And today, just talking some Lions. We got round two and about an hour, maybe two. What time is it? I don't know. It's 6 o'clock. It starts at 7, so that will be coming up within the hour. I don't know if I'm gonna be streaming that long, but for the majority part, we're gonna be talking about TJ. I know a lot of us have mixed feelings about this, for good or worse. I know a lot of people were disappointed we didn't take Oliver, which I get it. I really do. But on the plus side, you get a quality tight end to pair up with Jesse James when that's going to open up your offense. TJ is a very good run blocker. And if you haven't seen it, if you didn't watch the draft and you're just, we're busy or what have you, look him up. This dude is pancake people, like full on chocolate chip blueberry pancakes. He is putting people on their butts and keeping them there. So that is a huge addition to what we are trying to build here because this is going to be a different offense. This offense is really going to be run centric. Matthew Stafford is going to be a game manager. And we're not going to be pass like we have been in the past. We have really, the last 2 years, have tried to establish a run game really last year. And this guy fits perfect for that. On the plus side, he has solid hands. He played multiple sports, so he is very athletic and very smart. And you're pairing him with Jesse James. Jesse James is another solid run blocker. He is a smart player, and he might not be the most athletic person, but you give the ball in his general area, and he's going to catch it. He's not one of those guys who's going to drop the ball. So when you get two tight ends like that, it's really scary. How you doing, Harley? She wanted to make an appearance. So with those two factors and those weapons at tight end, well, hi. Well, how you doing? Hmm? You see I'm trying to talk? You see I'm not trying to talk? You're kind of ruining it. You're kind of ruining it. As I was saying before I was rudely interrupted, it opens up the offensive play, but play action, your goal line is going to be way better than what it was, and it's just gonna open everything up. Come here, Harley. Come here. Come on. Come here. Come here. You gotta be quiet. You gotta be quiet. So, like I was saying, opens up everything that you want. Don't sit on the power cord, dummy. Sit down. Sit. Harley, sit. Sit. Good girl. Anyway, I seen a couple questions before I started. Let's get back to those. Yeah, I'm glad we got TJ too. Huge addition for this, man. Huge addition. Very potential to be the next Gronk. I don't know how serious that's going to be or if he'll live up to it. That's obviously a huge burden to live up to. But potential's there. He's got a solid quarterback in Matthew Stafford. And they should click right off the bat. And pairing him up with Jesse James is going to be huge for him. Really good two tight end set there. We are probably going defense next. Hopefully, and this is just my biasm because I wanted it to be sooner. But we're going to set up a better secondary. We already got Darius Slay, and we signed Coleman. Jamal Agnew is coming back. Hopefully he stays healthy this season. But I think we go corner because there's not really too many solid linebackers left. I think most of those guys went first round. There might be a diamond in the rough, but I really think we're going to go corner. And I think it's going to be Greedy Williams. I think he will fall. He already fell out of the first round. Just for the sheer lack of his effort and lack of tackling. But with Coach Patricia and teaming up with one of the best corners in the league in Darius Slay, that is going to rub off on him and maybe give him a confidence boost. Maybe. He takes plays off, I get it. Doesn't wrap up, doesn't tackle. But if he's there, I say you take him. Upside is worth the risk. But hey, Taylor Rapp, Yeah, I mean, there's several ways the Lions can go. Um, I think they have a plan, as we seen last night. Most people wanted Ed Oliver. They wanted Oliver, but Bob Quinn, Patricia know what they're doing. They got the guy they wanted, and until they prove me wrong, I'm not gonna shake up any of my faith in them. They've drafted pretty solid over the last few years that they've. I guess it was really Patricia's first year, but since Bob Quinn's taken over, we've really made good draft choices. They obviously see something in TJ. I like what I've seen in TJ. The run blocking, it got me pretty hyped up for him. What's up, Go Lions? How's it going, man? But yeah, man, I love the TJ signing. Absolutely. I guess not signing, but pick. And I wasn't surprised that they went tight end, considering this is a very deep defensive draft. And in the second, third round, really secure some weak spots. What I am most shocked about this offseason, though, is that both Ziggy Ansah and Ndamukong Suh are both still unsigned. I did not see that coming. Call me blind, call me stupid, but I figured somewhere, somehow, they would have been signed by now. So, I know, I'm a pretty smart fella, man. I know what I'm talking about. So you'll probably agree with me a lot. Defense's help is going to come, man. Trust me. Give them time. They seen the way the draft was going. Coming from New England, New England is probably one of the greatest teams at drafting I have ever seen in any sport. Just turning guys from 6th to 7th round picks into something useful, and then they'll leave New England and don't do good and come back. Maybe it's just their schemes they run. I don't know, but get guys you think you can trust and develop, and they're doing that. So just have faith in them. They kind of got a taste of how the draft was going to go. So I think they were hoping more people would fall than what happened, but nonetheless, they got the guy that they wanted. So at the end of the day, if the guy that you want is there, you have to take him, no matter if it's who we wanted or who we thought it was going to be. Really, it's their team. They have the final say so in what's going to happen. And when they're all on the same page, it makes good. I don't know how to word this. It makes good morale, maybe. Maybe if that's the way you want to go with it. I don't know, but good chemistry. Everyone's playing and thinking as one. So that's always going to be better when everybody is on the same page. And from watching, I don't know if you guys have Facebook or Twitter, but all the locker room stuff. I guess I can't really say locker room, but press conference, not press conference, where they're in the draft war room and talking to him on the phone. You can really tell that they really wanted him. So that's always a plus. Always a plus. I know I missed one. I was gonna consider making a video about them potentially trading for Rosen, but I think he's going to Miami. So we signed Connor Cook. I like it. He's a quality backup, but that's still a position that we need to fill as backup. And Stafford is on 30, but I don't think Stafford's not really the guy. That's the problem. I mean, problem number uno is front office, just the decisions that they make, people that they drafted, and they're starting to fix those errors, hopefully. But in football, one person doesn't make or break your team. They can change it for the better or worse, but it's not just solely on their shoulders of Matthew Stafford. There's a lot of players who didn't play good last season. A lot of them. Very few took a leap of faith and grew. There were some, but last season, you don't really judge this team by last season. This is going to be a completely different team, and they might not make the playoffs. They might not be great, but they are going to be entertaining and competitive. The thing that I like about this team under Coach Patricia is that they don't take big games off. So in the past, that has been the knock on Stafford, is not beating Green Bay or teams above 500. And last season, those were the most fun games to watch. Now, the teams that were below 500 was completely different. That still needs to be worked upon. But I like how this team has got game plans to beat big name teams. I like it. About team first. Team comes first. Well, I don't think anyone really expected Allen to fall that far anyway. Of course, by that time, I don't know how far the Lions were invested in doing research on the draft. But nonetheless, at the end of the day, you have to pretty much win every game that you can for just morale's sake. And it's always fun beating Green Bay. Um, we have seen that very little the last few years, so I'm gonna take that pretty much anytime. It was a fun game to watch, but yeah, it did cost us Allen, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that because I didn't think he was gonna fall that far. I was really hoping that he wouldn't have been taken by Jacksonville, but he did, and you can't change the past. You can't change what happened. So they got they got the guy that they wanted anyway. I think there's a strong possibility that even if he was available, that they would have took TJ anyway. Yeah, Jacksonville is dirty for that one. Hey, the coolest thing about that was seeing Matt Prater throw that touchdown pass. That made the season worth all the ups and downs. Which there weren't too many ups, a lot of downs, but yeah. Stafford, don't just blame Stafford though. If we cannot protect him, we are going to need a new quarterback regardless because he's not going to be able to play. But it's not just solely on the shoulders of Stafford. I mean, yeah, he didn't have a great season last year, but I mean, he's got a lot of things going on with him right now with his wife and everything. So I don't really want to talk too much about that, just out of respect for the guy. But it's a topic I'm sure the Lions have talked about. But I really don't think he's the main problem. I don't think he's the problem at all. I mean, he's shown you, especially one of those his games against the rookies season against Cleveland, his heart and his soul of throwing a touchdown pass with a broken collarbone. I mean, there's just so many great things he's done, and one person can only do so much for your team. And they say it's stat padding. They call him Stat Padford. I'm not buying all that. I mean, you can only do so much. When your defense can't stop anybody, you hit your receivers in the hands, they drop it. There's only so much one person can do. One person. Not necessarily. It's not just weak. We needed that tight end spot. We were weak at that position. The pick itself is not weak. I like the pick very, very much. Very, very much. I mean, I don't have a problem building towards the future. Now is the time to get a quarterback in the later rounds and have him sit for a few years, to have him learn from Stafford, and to watch how this offense is going to be run for the future for when he takes over. And once that happens, you'll have your quarterback of the future. But for right now, they've paid Stafford way too much money to move on from him. Whether you guys like it or not, which that could be a topic for a whole nother conversation. I'm not going to give you guys points or cons, whatever you want to talk about it. They gave him the money. They're the quarterback of the franchise for right now, whether we like it or not. And there's not a whole lot we can do about that. I just think the point of not taking defense is it's just a deep defensive draft. I think they really like Davis. I really think they have a strong connection with Davis. I don't know why. He needs to have a breakout season this year. But the outside linebackers played extremely well last season, and adding Trey Flowers where he can play on the line and play a little bit of outside linebacker, he can play pretty much anywhere you want to put him, is going to be huge. But yeah, the defense is going to take a bigger leap than the offense, I do believe. I'm so happy it's about time we had a team that had a good defense, and to make this team really defensive oriented. Because you look back through Detroit history in all sports, our identity has been defense. This is what makes Detroiters Detroiters. And I've said this a few times. It's about time the Lions have had this. And I'm not sure if it's going to be a lockdown defense yet. I'm not sure how good it's going to be. But the defense is on the up and up. So, I do not have a big head. Let's not know. I do not have the same big head that you do. That's totally different. I'm young. I didn't have to use hair gain, so don't call me a big head. I don't have a big head. I'm just big boned. What's going on though, man? It's good to see you. Good to see you. All right, so let me ask you guys something. If you're the Lions, and this is say hypothetically, no one's taken yet. Who do you guys want with the second round pick? I'm assuming we're going defense. I really want a corner to help reassure that and to groom him along with big play Slay. I don't know if Greedy's gonna fall that far. I heard that he might go fifth in the second round. But if Greedy's available, I think he's the guy to get. And I know he doesn't wrap up and tackle very good. He takes plays off. But all that stuff's coachable. It's very coachable. Byron Murphy. Again, this is another pick. I don't think the Lions can really screw up. And I don't think they screwed up taking TJ. I know a lot of you guys aren't happy about it. But it is what it is. I'm just messing with you too, dude. Come on. I wasn't being serious. You're just old. I'm just playing with you, man. I appreciate you, dog. If you guys aren't subscribed to Gridiron Blitz, I don't know what you're doing with your life. Very great content. Go check him out, man. Go check him out. Go subscribe to him 1,000 times. Go make some burner accounts. Go subscribe to him. Very good show. Very good content. So go check him out. Go check him out. I don't think the Lions are going to make a trade, to be honest with you, man. I think they're pretty set in their ways. I think they stay put. I really do. I think if they were going to make a trade, it would have been to either move up or down in the first, and they didn't. I heard that Bob Quinn turned down some trade offers to move down. I don't know what they were offered. I don't really care. But it sounds like whoever was trying to trade up was trying to take TJ. So I don't really know. I don't really know what their plan was. I don't know what it is now. Again, I really thought we were going defense first. I'm glad we got TJ. He's going to be a great fit. Time is it? So we got about roughly 45 minutes till the draft continues. Should be an interesting round two. No matter what happens though, guys, at least we are not Oakland or the Giants. So let's just all come to agreement that we're good. We're going to be all right. I don't know if he's going to be bust-proof. He can't really be worse than what Ebron was for us. I know Ebron turned his season around in Indy, but that's not going to be the case with him. The dude is really going to be beneficial for the run game. Eric Ebron couldn't block to save his life. So even if this dude turns out not to be a great receiving tight end, I really think goal line situations, second and short, third and short, whatever it is, going to help with the run game tremendously. Also, it's going to set up play action galore. Going to open things up for Stafford. I'm expecting Stafford to take a lot more shots down the field, especially with this run-heavy offense that we got. So I think just the addition of him has opened up this offensive playbook just crazily. Just crazy. I don't even know if crazily is a word, but I used it. Sue me. I think the guy's going to be good. Again, I don't know if he's going to be a Pro Bowler. I don't know how good he's going to be, but he's going to be solid. He's going to be very solid. And why is that? It's not just Stafford's fault we haven't been good. I know last season he had a bad season to his standards, but I mean at the same time we have to take the fact that he lost his best receiver, probably a top 5 receiver of all time, in Calvin Johnson. And you gave him weapons like Golden Tate and Marvin Jones, Kenny Galladay. He's got weapons, but you can only throw the ball to so many people when you don't have any time. That offensive line's been atrocious. And until last season, he hasn't had a 100-yard rusher in years. So that was the first time that's ever happened. So you gotta give Stafford this. Don't just crucify Stafford. It's not just his fault. I mean, even in New England, Tom Brady's got all day. Has probably the greatest tight end of all time on his side. At least he used to. And they could always run the ball. And it wasn't like they had just a single rusher. But their multiple running back system worked. And they had over 100 yards. So you got to kind of like weigh those options out. No, I don't listen to Eric Ebron anymore. He's a clown. What do you say? Eric Ebron's good when he doesn't drop it. Even though he led the league in touchdowns for tight ends, he still dropped the ball the most out of tight ends. That's his problem. Exactly. You gotta if you give Stafford all day, he's going to pick you apart. But that's the problem. He's not Russell Wilson, and we take Russell Wilson for granted. He's not a good thrower on the run. He can buy time in the pocket, but you get him outside the pocket, he's got to run. He's not going to be able to throw dimes. I mean, he does it every once in a while, but he's really comfortable in the pocket, as most people are. So if you give him time, he's going to pick people apart. But we just haven't been able to give him time. That's a problem. A problem we haven't been able to fix in a long time. And when's the last time you had a good defense? It was, what, the year we played the Saints in the wild card? That defense was good. It was a top 5 defense at the time, and we were good. No. He's not an accurate quarterback like Drew Brees. That's not really his game, which I know. He's getting paid all that money. He should be able to throw any pass he wants. Stafford is at his best throwing the ball down the field. And they've tried to make him a dink and dunk quarterback, and that's not who he is. And I know he's on 30 plus, but he's really good at taking shots down the field, and they just haven't been able to do that for some reason. A couple of reasons is the lack of the run game and offensive line being garbage. Combination, you can't throw what he's good at, and that's a problem. Brett Favre was the same way. Threw the ball a million miles an hour. Wasn't necessarily great at throwing short passes. But you gave him all day, and he's going to tear you apart. Eric Ebron's a clown. Don't listen to him, dude. Do not listen to Eric Ebron. He's a dork. I'm not making excuses for Stafford. I'm just saying what he's best at. When you don't use a player for what they're best at, that's a problem. And he's the best at throwing the ball down the field. He's not a dink and dunking quarterback. Again, I'm with you, man. You should be able to throw short passes. I love Stafford. Is he perfect? No. No one really is. Unless you are a Patriots fan and like Tom Brady that much. You just got to use players what they're good at. I'd like to have him. I'd like to have Campbell. Again, we really can't go wrong with this pick. There's a lot of good guys still available. A lot of them. Just don't draft another tight end. You should be good. I like excuse me. I'm not feeling so good, so if I sound weird, I'm sorry. But I like how Peter Schrager on wasn't good. Was it Good Morning America? Not America. Good Morning Football. I don't know why I said Good Morning America. But he was giving himself credit for pretty much calling everything the way that it happened. I do not hate the pick. Definitely could have been worse. You seen how mad Raiders and Giants fans were? We're not that bad. Not one bit. Come here, Harley. Come here. What are you doing? Come here. You gonna be good? You gonna go lay down? I'm trying to do this. You need to be quiet. Easy. Sit. I don't have any food. Oh, see, they're saying hi to you in the chat. Want to say hi to them? Come here. Come here. Come here. Oh, now you're gonna be shy. Dogs. Freaking dogs. What are you gonna do with them? I just can't wait for the second round to start, man. It feels like time's going by forever. It's only 6:30, so we got about another half an hour. Can't wait. I love football season. The whole preparation. I just love it, man. Love it. Absolutely love it. You know what? It's kind of like a generic answer, an off-brand answer. But I say just take the best player available. Easier said than done, I know. But that's always the motto. I don't care if it's a quarterback, running back, or even a tight end, anyone on defense. I don't care. Take the best player available. You can build around them. You can build around them. That's what Arizona thinks they did in drafting. God. You guys know what I'm talking about. But now they traded Rosen away, and they're moving on to the future. I think we had the 11th pick. Yo. Had some personal stuff to take care of there. Where was I at? Where was I at? Yeah. Take the best player available. What, like lingerie football? That's a good one. PS2 is a great system. Very underrated system. Madden was the best back in the day. Yeah, I was just talking. I had personal stuff to attend to. So I'm sorry about that, but I should be back. Sorry about that, though. But we're back up and running up until the draft starts. Up until the draft starts. I feel like I missed one of your guys' comments. Did I miss something? Just the stream was down? Yeah. Man, PS2 was my system back in the day, man. I can't tell you how many hours I logged on Vice City. I got a PS4 and an Xbox One now because I'm a big baller like that. But no, I pretty much got PlayStation now just for the exclusive games. But everyone that I know plays Xbox. That's the main reason I got it. But I mean, PS2 was my system, man. I played GTA, Vice City, San Andreas a lot. A lot of Crash Bandicoots on all of them. But I think Xbox won me over on 360. Just playing Call of Duty all the time, man. All those freaking talking trash kids cracked me up. But yeah, I don't really, you know what? I'm not really one of those guys that has one over the other. Like, I'm not a diehard PlayStation fan or an Xbox fan. I just like playing video games. I'm here for the games. I could care less what controller I'm holding. But I got both of them. I like playing 2K better on Xbox, but Xbox all the way. I don't knock it. I don't knock it. I wish I would have got PS3 when online was free. I don't like paying for both of them, but it's the price I pay for being awesome. Everyone can't be awesome like me. At this point. You know what? To be honest with you, I don't know how I feel about it. I feel like Rosen had a lot of potential, but obviously they feel like this guy's going to be the answer for him. And I'm not sure what they're going to get out of Rosen. I'm not sure if that trade with Miami fell through yet, but if they can get a couple picks out of it, I think it's worth it. I think Russell Wilson got him the first overall pick just from the comparisons for him. And if you would have put Wilson with what we know now, RG3 obviously falls, but it's really between him and Andrew Luck for the first pick. And I think people realize that, and that's the reason he went number one. I really do think it's Russell Wilson who got this guy to go number one. Whether it's right, wrong, or indifferent, I think that's the honest truth. Will he be Russell Wilson? I don't think so. I don't like comparing people to great players because they have high expectations now. So now this guy's going to have pressure to win the Super Bowl right off the bat. And that's going to be hard to live up to. He's going to have to make the playoffs his first season. And not to mention, he's in the same division with Seattle and the Rams. So, I mean, this dude's going to have a tough time, man. He's going to have a real tough time living up to those expectations. But you know what? Ballers ball. They got to live up to it. They got to live up to it. What's going on, Marcel? How's it going, man? I really wish my sinuses would stop acting up. I'm tired of feeling like this. Yeah, similar to Lonzo Ball. I mean, anytime you're the first overall pick, you have high expectations. And it doesn't help, which I don't know if I've ever seen anything quite like this, where a team took a quarterback first round, that's supposed to be their franchise quarterback for the future, plays 13 games, and the next season with the very first pick, they draft another quarterback to be their franchise quarterback. So I don't know. I don't know if we've ever seen anything quite like this before. Off the top of my head, I really don't. I'm trying to think, but I'm drawing a blank. And it's not like they're giving him time to slowly learn the offense and creep in. No, he's not going to be a red shirt. He's going to hop in the fire right away. They're going to trade away Rosen. It's been reported that he's going to Miami. And again, I don't know if that's fallen through yet. Don't know what they're getting yet. But that's got to be tough for both of those players. Very tough. I don't want to be in those shoes. I don't want to live up to that kind of pressure. But yeah, very, very high pressure. But he's got a high ceiling. I mean, anytime, and it doesn't matter if it's bowling, golf, hockey, football, table tennis, whatever it is, if you get drafted top 10 in 2 different major sports, you are an athlete. And that may sound stupid because they're all athletes. Even 400-pound offensive linemen are athletes. That's very impressive. Very impressive. So, hats off to him. Hopefully he can ball. And if not, he always is going to have a safe background into the MLB. Which I hope that's not the case. I hope the dude can ball. And I hope he lives up to it. But not everyone can be Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson is a very unique player. And he's the highest paid quarterback right now. Highest paid quarterback right now. Talk about pressure. So both these young dudes have pressure on them. Russell Wilson has proven that he can win a Super Bowl. So you got to go with the guy who's a veteran. But the guy's got potential. I do think he's got potential. How do you guys feel about it? Do you think he's going to have a good career? Or is he going to be another Johnny Manziel? Which I hope that's not the case. I hope that's not the case. I hope he's like a little bit like Baker and kind of shuts everybody up. I know, because it's under the radar, man. It's not really a big blockbuster move, but it's a solid one. Good career. I think so too. I really do. I really think he's got a bright future. Which Arizona, they have a tough road ahead of them for rebuilding wise. Tough division. You at least have to win at least 9 games to make the wild card. And between, Detroit, Minnesota, Chicago, Seattle, you got Philadelphia and Dallas, always in the contention. And I know I'm going to leave someone out there. I mean, the Redskins are underlooked and undervalued. But, I mean, there's so many good teams. NFC North is really tough. Not just the NFC North, but the NFC in general is really tough. So for them to make the playoffs, they would have to definitely earn it. And they're a long way away from being that good. A long way away. I don't see them winning 9 games for another 2 to 3 seasons. So They just gotta stay patient. You don't turn from absolute booty to good overnight unless you're Cleveland. Unless you're Cleveland. And the only thing that concerns me about Game One is exactly what happened last season with Sam Darnold. Hopefully, Matt Patricia can calm them. I don't think we're necessarily nervous, but at the same time, you kind of have to be a little bit weary, especially how that game ended out. I mean, you start the game out so high with that pick six right off the bat. I mean, dude, my voice was, you think my voice is quiet right now? My voice was gone. Like, I couldn't speak. I was so hyped after that play. And then next thing you know, it was 14-7. And next thing you know, the game's over. So, they just need to, if I was Patricia, week or two before that, I'd show them that. Show them that gameplay so they come out hungry. They don't step off the gas and just come out there and just absolutely embarrass them. Absolutely embarrass them. So, yeah. I know, man. Hey, trust me. If anyone's been let down by the Lions more, it is me. I love this team with a burning passion. I mean, if that was my biggest flaw, that would be pretty good. I mean, I don't know if it'd be a good flaw, but if let's put it this way, I don't know how many of you guys are religious, and I don't want to sound sacrilegious for those of you guys who are, but if I had this kind of faith in God, that I would probably be a deacon. Like, that's how strong my faith is in the Lions. Like, yeah. I mean, I got them tatted on my arm, for crying out loud. You know what kind of dedication that takes? To have a team that loses year in and year out, to get them tatted on your arm, and not just a little tattoo, a big one. Takes up most of my forearm. I love this team. Absolutely love this team. Let's talk about dedication. Loyalty. I got it. I'm there. I feel like most Lions fans are also Steelers fans. Just a weird connection. We like rooting for them. I find myself rooting for the Steelers all the time. I don't know. There's just something naturally to them. But Tampa Bay is my secondary team. I always root for the Bucks. Always do. Although, the thing I like about football more than basketball, fans don't really flip-flop teams. Like, you see that in the NBA, like, one team will be good. Like, people follow LeBron around wherever he goes and they're rooting for him. People are loyal to teams in the NFL, and I really appreciate that more. So, eventually, and it's only a matter of time, it really is only a matter of time, the Lions, I almost said the Pistons, will eventually go to the Super Bowl. Eventually. It's only a matter of time. It might be 200, 300 years from now, but eventually they'll get there. Eventually they'll get it right. And it'll be making all these struggles worth it. Trust me. I might be 92 in the nursing home, walking to the TV to watch it, but eventually it'll happen. I hate the Cowboys too, man. Can't stand the Cowboys. Oh, that's cool. But what brought you to the Lions? You just moved to Michigan? The Lions have fans everywhere. Everywhere. I went to Wisconsin right around the time Brett Favre was a Viking and wore my Viking Brett Favre jersey. And dude, I've never seen so much hate before in my life. I thought I was gonna get shot, or at least smothered with cheese. They were not happy with me, but I didn't care. Green Bay can suck it. Green Bay can suck a big bag of hairy testicles. A big bag. Like, picture like a Happy Meal and times that by 4. Times that by 4. So like 4 Happy Meals. Bag full of testicles that they could suck. I hate Green Bay. Which I don't know how you can be a Lions fan and like Green Bay. It's virtually impossible. But somehow there are some people who do. I don't get it. Those people make me sick, and they are the devil. Yes, I'm seeing that tomorrow. Which, speaking of that, thank you for that one. Uh, I'm not sure what time I'm seeing it. I think it's right around noon, and it's about 3 hours long. So I'm not sure afterwards, but as soon as I'm done, I'm going to do a review about it. So come back and watch that. I don't know. I haven't done a movie review in quite some time. I think I did one when Suicide Squad came out. So I'm going to be doing a movie review for that, just to add some different kind of content to this channel. So hopefully you guys will like that. But uh, I don't know if I'm doing a spoilerly one or not. So be careful. I will tell you. Yeah, I don't know about that, man. I don't know. I might do two. I might do a spoilerly one, and a non-spoilerly one. Which I'll word them different, and I'll tell you in the video if I'm talking about spoilers or if I'm not. Or I might just make one video where half of it, the beginning of it, is non-spoilerly, and the second half is. I don't know yet, but I'm definitely doing one, maybe two of those. So, because I'm a huge nerd, and I think I'm gonna do that more often. Because that's something I want to do. I have a very strong passion about movies and the way I like them. And I really hope this one's going to be good. And I've heard some mixed reviews about this, actually. My brother's seen it yesterday. He said it was just okay. And then one of my best friends went today and seen it and said it was awesome. So, are you talking just original Avengers or the expanded ones? Like, are we counting Spider-Man and all the newer guys that have joined? If you're talking original, I'd probably say Hulk, just because as a kid growing up, I just liked the Hulk. He beat everybody up. But I am really strong towards Spider-Man. Spider-Man's been my favorite for a long time. Probably since I hit middle school. Maybe even before that. But Hulk and Spider-Man are my favorite. I don't dislike any of them. Not at all. But I love superhero movies, man. I'm really looking forward to the X-Men and Fantastic Four connecting to it, because I really want to see a flashback on World War II with Captain America and Wolverine. Wolverine would be up there too. Love Wolverine. So yep, that'll be coming tomorrow sometime. What time is it? 6:45. So we got 15 minutes before the draft. You guys ready for it? I don't know, man. Don't bet against Cap. Speaking of, while we're on topic of superheroes, I was earlier, the Gridiron Blitz was on, or I guess I should say in here. So again, if you're not subscribed to him, go check him out. But he is also a superhero nerd like I am. I think one day, whether it be on my channel or someone else's, that we have a superhero debate, or at least topics talking about different superhero movies, Avengers, DC, whatever, and just have a talk about it. That's something I've been thinking about for a long time, actually. So I'd have a blast doing that. I might have a nerdgasm doing that. I don't know if I'd be able to control myself. I might be apologizing, but we'd get through it. But we got a lot of big stuff coming for this channel, man. I mean, Lions are full effect. Pistons off season's coming. The Wings just got Eiserman back. Tigers, they're there. Favorite DC character? I mean, it's kind of hard not to say Batman. I really like the whole Batman, like, not just Batman, but like the side characters, the villains, the sidekicks. Batman Beyond is one of my favorite stories of all time. That is just a really cool story. For those of you who haven't checked it out or watched the cartoon, you are missing out. Batman Beyond is really cool. But I'm kind of generic. Batman and Superman are my favorites. And I don't like the Superman movies. I haven't liked those since Christopher Reeves. I don't like the new guy playing Superman at all. I don't think they've done a good job with that. But Batman, Superman, and like their whole sidekicks and side characters, love interest, villains, all those guys are the best. Which I know that's kind of a generic answer for most people would say those two, but it's true. They're cool, man. I don't know how anyone could say they don't like Batman. In fact, no, I don't have it up anymore. I used to have a Batman poster. Kind of like the Deadpool one over there. Probably for a few movies. I know, and I've seen potentially some spoilers, but I'm not going to talk about them. But realistically, there are going to be some people who are going to die. And for those of you who have seen the movie, do not spoil it. I will block you, and you will never come back to my channel. But someone's going to die, maybe multiple people. Again, I don't know if it's going to be major people or not, but they will probably be gone for a little while. But yeah, man, I just think a lot of these people, because it's not like the comic books. In the comic books, you can just write someone back in. The actors are going to want to play these characters, and I really don't think they want to play these characters all their lives. Actors are weird. I know, like, for those of you guys who like Game of Thrones like I do, a lot of those actors are kind of sick and tired of it, which I don't get it, man. If I blow up on YouTube and I get 72 million subscribers like PewDiePie or whoever, or a T-Series, if I have to paint my fingernails and my toenails for you guys to enjoy it, that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to get sick and tired of it, which is kind of what they do. They're artsy-fartsy, and once they blow up from making their money off from the guys who like watching them, they want to do their own stuff because they're too good for us now. So that's the problem with Avengers. It really is. Yeah. It's the problem with Hollywood. They went to the place where Red Skull was. They are gone until they can reverse it. And again, I don't know. I really don't. I don't know if they're inside the stone or what, but they are not alive right now. I guess I'll find out tomorrow. Ask me again tomorrow, and I'll come back with an answer. If you want spoilers. But man, I heard some major spoilers that I wish I didn't go on Facebook and see those. I really wish I didn't. But I'm going to go in there with a blank slate. I'm trying to get hung over so that way I can go in there and forget about what I've seen. I know that's kind of a bold strategy on my part, but I'm going to power through it and try to make it possible. I have a lot of work to do and less time to do it in. I'm trying to stay sober until the Lions make their pick so I can do another video about that, because a lot of people weren't happy with me yesterday for being a little tipsy and doing that video, but I'm sorry. I'm irresponsible. I'm young. I got a lot of things to grow up and learn. So, but yeah, that was my sole reasoning. Plus, I thought the Lions were going to completely blow the pick and do something stupid. Which I know a lot of people think we did something stupid, but I think it could have been 10,000 times worse. 10,000 times. And a lot of people are comparing Oliver to Aaron Donald, which I do not think that. I don't think he's going to be as good as Aaron Donald. I really like TJ, man. I really think there's going to be something special here with TJ. Just, you know, settle down. I know you guys didn't really get the guy you wanted. Again, I wanted Allen. I was hoping Allen was going to fall another pick. Fortunately, he didn't. I was surprised he fell to 7. But nonetheless, I really like TJ. There's just something about him. And maybe it's the fanboy in me since we lost TJ Lang. We got another TJ on the team, and now they're thinking like, oh, we got TJ. It's not Lang. But hey, we still got TJ. I don't know. There's just a gut feeling about this guy, and they really won me over with showing the highlight of him pancaking people. Not just one guy, but he pancaked several people again and again and again. He's what 6'5", 250. That's a big boy. He's got a background in basketball. Obviously, you have to be a big boy to play tight end, and I like what I've seen from him physically. He's said all the right things. I think he's happy to be a Lion. And again, tight end is still a position we needed. It wasn't just like we drafted a receiver. We already got two good receivers. We drafted a position we needed, and now we have a good quality two tight end set. I really like pairing him up with Jesse James. That we're gonna have the Outlaws. That's gonna be their nicknames. It's going to be super cool, super fun to watch. Opening up this offensive playbook, Bevel should have a field day coming up with plays. It's going to be weird. I think the Lions are actually going to be a smart team, a smart, fun, big play team. You know, I think Kerryon Johnson's going to have several times having runs for over 20 yards, and Stafford and company are going to have plays throwing the ball deep down the field. It's going to be fun and entertaining to watch. Devin White was a name floating around there for a long time too. I think if they did go defense, they took linebacker. Again, I still don't. I don't know if Allen, if he's there at 8, if we take him. I think we had our mind set on Oliver, or not Oliver, yikes. We had him set on DJ. God, I've only had not even one beer yet. I got like a little bit left, and I can't even talk. What am I going to do with myself? I need to go to AA. I have a problem. Just kidding. The defensive line is solid right now. Again, you got Snacks, Robinson, Hand, Flowers can play up there. I mean, you have really guys who can like interchange what side of the field they're going to play on, and Flowers is a big part of that. Flowers can play pretty much anywhere you want to put him. Flowers can even play linebacker, outside linebacker, wherever you want to put him. He might not be the best at it, but he can switch it around. He's going to give offenses different looks on what they're going to do. But the defensive line's already assured. I know linebacker, we're still not sold there 100% yet. But Jared Davis really just needs to take that leap. If Jared Davis can take a leap this season, we're going to be all right. I really do think so. But again, I know people are wearing out of patience. People are ripping their heads out. Not their heads, their hairs out. They're gray. I get stupid FaceTime. You guys get hoes? Hoes love me. I'm just playing. There was a group chat that wanted to FaceTime me. It's what you do when you're popular. I don't remember what I was talking about. I had a good connection to intertwine this all over, and I just lost my whole place thanks to my friends. I wish just for once I could do a live stream without going interrupted, you know? Just once. It's very awesome that I can do it. Because I like talking to you guys. I like seeing what you guys have to say. You guys fact check me when I'm stupid. I like it. Alright, so with that being said, we have 5 minutes till the NFL draft starts. I'm not sure if DSAA is going to be doing a live stream. I'm sure they're going to, so go ahead and check those guys out. Luke G, the Gridiron Blitz, all those guys, Michael Mike, all those guys, go check those all out. They are super awesome. They know what they are talking about. So if you're not subscribed to any of those guys, I strongly recommend going and check them out. They are way better at talking football than I am. They do a research. They don't just drink beer. They don't mumble. They know what they're talking about. I am just here for entertainment and joy. Did I say that right? I mean, I know what I'm talking about. I'm not saying I'm stupid. I don't know what I'm talking about. Do you guys get what I'm coming from? But with that being said, Instagram, Twitter links in the description. Go check those out. Hopefully, you guys have a good draft night. Go Lions. Hopefully, the second round pick can start settling down some of this fan base, because this fan base is kind of all over. People either love the pick or they hate the pick. There's really no one in between. Which, again, I'm one of those guys who loves the pick. I believe in TJ. I think he's a good fit for this team. I really do. So, all things considered, I think we're on the right track. I think going defense will settle the fan base down, and we'll put some people at ease. So, thank you guys for coming out. I had a blast. Appreciate everyone who came out. It means the world to me. Again, I never thought in a million years people would listen to what I had to say. So every time I can make a video, and you guys show me support and join in, I've never been more grateful. And it means, again, the world to me. So thank you guys for coming out to each and everything that I do. So I'm going to leave there on a happy note before I ruin it. And you guys like, okay, Drew, you suck. Shut up and end the video. So, all right, thank you again, all who came out. And keep your stick on the ice. That's not my thing.